Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to talk about a few questions that came in about Biden and how he did, and whether or not something really matters, and all of this stuff. Because there has been a lot of news, and a lot of it is conflicting. And we're just going to kind of go through it and talk about what Biden was hoping to accomplish and whether or not he did. Okay, so the first part, the aid that is headed in. Egypt and Israel have kind of agreed there's going to be aid going in. Hopefully it already is going in. One of the questions about that was, you said that his whole mission in life was limiting a ground offensive. Does this part still matter? Oh, yeah, don't get me wrong. When I said that, I was talking about it being the most important thing for him to accomplish. The aid is absolutely important, and it's good that he went through the steps to make it happen. It helps address the disparity with going over there and only meeting with Israel. And obviously, they need the help. Another one of the questions was, is this amount, is this really going to matter? Yeah. In the situation they're in, yes, everything is going to matter. What is headed in? It's not enough, if that's the question. Is that going to stop the problems? No, but it's a start. And when you're talking about stuff like this, as long as there aren't issues with getting the aid out, there will be more, and it grows. So even though right now it may not seem like a lot, it absolutely matters. And it certainly matters to those who are going to get it. And then the other question is, one of Israel's politicians, basically, I think he was a politician, told some troops that they were going to get to see Gaza from the inside. And does that mean that Biden failed? No, because basically at the same time, you had a military official saying that they may not even engage in a ground offensive. They're probably still debating it. And one thing that is to be noted, because it's important, when you hear Israeli officials say there may not be a ground offensive, that doesn't mean that they're not going to do anything. It most likely means that they will attempt to realign the organizations there. And I've used that term a lot, and I haven't really explained it. But it's a process by which an organization's views are adjusted. Every organization, there are people inside that organization who are good at their job and those who aren't. You have some people who are solution-oriented and some people who really like their work. You have some people who might just follow orders, and you have some people who give orders that are outside of normal bounds. Realigning an organization means taking stock of the leadership, looking at them, figuring out who each person is out of that. And those people who are good at their job and would give orders that are outside of the accepted norms, those people, they retire. Over time, this shifts the organization's viewpoint. And it becomes an organization that is fighting because they feel they have to. Not one where there are people who are doing it for their own egos, as far as the leadership. And leadership all over the world is the same. Or those people who want to fight. They're doing it because they feel they have to. Those people are more likely to come to a table and have a real meaningful peace and resolution. That would be best for everybody involved. As far as the people I care about, who are the civilians, okay, it would be best for them. So they are at least entertaining that option, because the idea of we're not going to have a ground offensive, meaning they're not going to do anything, it's Israel. They're absolutely just not going to. They're not just going to sit down. The other good news for the civilians is that, generally speaking, realignment, going that route with it, it's incredibly low footprint. It's something that, if done right, there's not any civilian loss, which obviously would be much better than any ground offensive. Now, do we know that they're going to do either one of these, even with the conflicting statements? No. It could be a combination. They could do both. We don't know anything yet. As far as evaluating whether or not Biden was successful, you're going to have to wait till it starts. You're not going to know until then. My understanding is that he made the case a couple of different times in a couple of different ways, and constantly publicly saying, don't make the same mistakes the U.S. did. That is as polite a way as possible to say, avoid a ground offensive. But I have no idea whether or not it worked, whether or not that's going to happen. And nobody's really going to know until it starts. Israel is not exactly known for telegraphing their moves on stuff like this. In fact, the conflicting statements are probably planned. So this is one of those things where it's wait and see and hope. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.